So I've kind of been teasing this for the last few months. I've been telling you guys there's a lot of big things coming to this channel, so make sure you're subscribed. And today I'm excited to finally share one of the big things with you. There are so many of you that have been following me from day one, watching all my videos, and such an awesome, loyal community. So as a thank you to you guys, I've partnered with Waves to get you guys one of my favorite plugins of theirs for free. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, then you know that I'm a huge fan of RVox. It is one of my favorite plugins, hands down, and I use it on every single production. Even though it's got vocals in the title, which is what I primarily use RVox for, I actually use it and it works really well on drums and other things too. What I love about it is it is just a simple compressor and it is super effective. So you don't have to worry about like 1,000 knobs. There's just 3 settings on it and it's super intuitive to use. Here's how the deal works. Basically, all you have to do is click the link in the description to my website. There's going to be a pop-up where you can enter your email address. Once I've got your email address, you will receive a unique coupon code to that email address within 48 hours. All you have to do is go to the Waves website, set up a free account with your username and password, and then put RVox in your cart, and you will see a little place where you can put your coupon code, and that will make RVox free, absolutely free for you guys, forever. So here's the catch. If you're watching this after October 15th, 2020, this offer for the promo code will no longer be available. But there will be a discounted code in the description regardless. So if you want to get RVox for free from Waves, make sure you use that link in the description to give me your email address so that I can send you a coupon code unique to you. And make sure you do that before October 15th. After October 15th, I will no longer have promo codes. So make sure to sign up before October 15th. So just take that as a thank you to all of you guys for watching my videos and following along, interacting with me, leaving comments. I absolutely love the community that's come together and I can't wait to see where this continues to go. Now, if you haven't been watching my videos and have no idea what RVox is, I'm going to show you guys exactly how it works and why I love using it. So let's just head over to the studio. Let's make a beat. We'll just put like a low octave of the sample and a high octave of the sample. So rather than the middle octave where it originally was. And it just sounds interesting, like different. So I like that. So this will probably be for like the verse. That's a jam. Can't wait to put some vocals on that one. Speaking of vocals, I'm going to show you guys how I use RVox in my production, specifically for vocals, and just kind of give you a little preview of how it works. So, okay, so here's the song mixed with the vocals, just so you can kind of get an idea of what my vocals sound like, and then I'll show you exactly what I did with RVox to make them sound that way. Yeah. I fall for you over again, you know I can't even help it. I fall for you every time you call, I run and I get it. I'm mama when you look at me like that. I be hearing songs with the choir in the backtrack, giving me those eyes, don't leave, baby, come back. But you always know how to make my heart clap, clap. I can't even be mad for a minute, cause every time you smile, I forget it. Baby, I'm a strength and a weakness, and I fall for it every time. I can't even be mad for a minute, cause every time you smile, I forget it. Baby, I'm a strength and a weakness, and I fall for it every time. All right, so there's a little preview of the song. Again, this is just mixed, it's not mastered, but that way you can actually hear it in the mix how it is before it's mastered and sweetened a little bit. So I'm just gonna go here to the chorus vocal. I fall for you over again, you know I can't even help it. I fall for you every time you call, I run and I get it. So you'll notice my vocal chain here, and I've got more than just RVox on here, obviously. But I'll show you the difference that RVox makes with the vocals, and it just, you know, honestly, I've used other compressors, and even though this one is a more simplified compressor, it just somehow has this tighter quality of a compressor, especially for vocals, but it works really well on other things too. By the way, if you're interested in how I do my whole vocal chain, I've got a video all about that, so I'll put a link to it up here, as well as in the description. That preset is also available for download on my website, so check it out. You will need these wave plugins to make it work, but there is the preset for you if you want to purchase it. So I'm just going to break down what is on my vocal chain right up to the RVox so that you get an idea of how the vocal has been affected before I actually compress it with the RVox. So I've gain staged it. I added some analog saturation with the NLS channel. Then I did some EQ. Then I added an R compressor, which, by the way, R compressor, RVox, all these R Renaissance Waves plugins, they are great. And they're modeled after, you know, the actual physical hardware type things that people used to have in studios, which they still do, but you get the idea. So we've got the R comp, which is also one of my favorite compressors. I'll do a separate video about this one. It is just awesome too. So I did do my initial compression with the R comp. Then I add a multipressor, which is just a multi-band compressor. And so you can compress specific areas of the frequency range and do those separately. So that's what I've done here. And to this point, it's actually quite minor compression. Like, it's not that much compression. So we've got this and the multipressor. That's what we got there. And then I added a de-esser just to kind of get some of the, you know, S's and P's and just the really annoying stuff out of the way. So I'm going to show you what it sounds like without any of that. And then I'm going to show you what it sounds like with that so that you have something to compare it to once I add RVox. I fall for you. Over again, you know I can't even help it. I fall for you. Every time you call, I run and I get it. I fall for you. Over again, you know I can't even help it. So it already sounds a little bit better, a little bit more contained, and it also sounds, you can definitely hear a little bit more of that high end in there, and that's the job of the EQ right here. And that's also the reason why I've put the de-esser where I have, just because I've added a lot of those high frequencies with my EQ. So I wanted to make sure that those are in check when I compress. So looking at the multipressor, I've compressed the high frequencies and then also used a de-esser to make sure that it's not too in your face. So to this point, this is what it sounds like. I fall for you. Over again, you know I can't even help it. I fall for you. Every time you call, I run and I get it. I fall for you. Over again, you know I can't even help it. I fall for you. Every time you call, I run and I get it. That's adding RVox. And what you'll see here is it's super simple. There's 3 controls. That's all you have on there. Which, by the way, if you look at other compressors, there are just a ton of different knobs. I love how the Renaissance plugins are just so simplified and are still really, really good quality and super effective. So what I've done here is this is where the major compression is happening on the vocal. Now that I've kind of tidied it up a little bit with other compressors, I'm coming in with this one so that it doesn't have to work as hard because initial compression has already been done. But now I can do the big heavy lifting of the compression and the makeup gain too. So in this case, these are the settings that I have here, but basically you can set up your gate just where you want it to start taking into effect. And then this middle knob is the actual compression happening. So the lower it is on this dial, the more compression that there is on the vocal happening. And then the higher up it is, less compression is happening. And then here is basically a volume knob. It's like your makeup gain. So these are the settings that I have for this chorus vocal right here.
I fall for you over again, I can't even help it. I fall for you every time you call, I run in to get it.
Without.
I fall for you over again, I can't even help it. I fall for you
With.
every time you call, I run in to get it.
It's just great. Obviously, I'm not changing the actual volume here on the knob, so there's volume being added by the compression, but the most important thing to be looking at here is the actual consistency of the vocal. What the compressor is actually doing is taking the highest point in volume of your wave file from your recording and the lowest point, and actually making sure that that distance is a lot shorter. So it gives you a more consistent volume. You don't have certain words or phrases that are a lot louder than others. It helps everything kind of be a little bit more even, which is what you want with vocals. But of course, if you overdo that, then you're crushing your vocals and it kind of sucks out the life of your vocals. So I really, really love the quality that RVox brings to this, and it makes it super easy with just 3 knobs. Where if you compare it to just like, I'm gonna pull up a stock compressor. Look at all the knobs here. Like, that's just so overwhelming sometimes. And you don't always need every single knob in here. And so I really like using this one for the bulk of my compression, which, by the way, if you want to learn a little bit more about how compression works and kind of what all those knobs do, I have a separate video on that. There's gonna be a link up here. So now that we have RVox on there, I'm gonna add the rest of my effects. Basically, I added a de-esser. Again, I break down this whole vocal chain in a separate video. I added some reverb, and then I bust out my parallel compression, a high frequency, super compressed version of the vocal just to kind of add some high end, and then a doubler. And this is what it sounds like all together.
I fall for you over again, I can't even help it. I fall for you every time you call, I run in to get it. I fall for you over again, I can't even help it. I fall for you every time you call, I run in to get it.
So there you have it, guys. RVox is freaking awesome, and I've seen a ton of other producers use it for other things on a regular basis. I mostly use it for my vocals, occasionally for some drums if I really want them to just hit a little bit different. But I've seen so many other producers, well-known producers, using RVox on other things. So it's just a super simple, high-quality compressor. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it could be yours for free up to October 15th. So make sure you go down to the link in the description, put your email so that you can get your unique coupon code to get RVox for free. If you like this video, don't forget that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Turn those notifications on so you don't miss future stuff. And as always, if you ever have any questions or want to see more content, check me out on Instagram. Keep making beats.